Cubamajigs are reusable gaming packs for cube sideboards and other games. New designs from your favorite MTG artists are launched every Monday, so go check them out at cubamajigs.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Goldfish Gladiators. So this week, we are playing some Mardu, Firesong and Sunspeaker in Standard. You probably remember this one. We had an instant deck of it not too long ago, so gonna see if we can gain tons of life and wrath our opponent's boards with the help of Firesong and Sunspeaker. So, should be pretty spicy. We'll see how good it is, but it should be interesting at least. So, because we already have an instant deck tech for this deck, gonna do just a quick 2-minute refresher deck tech. If you want a full breakdown, check out the instant deck tech for Mardu, Firesong and Sunspeaker. Anyway, a quick reminder before we break down the deck. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Goldfish Gladiators in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker. And this one, it's pretty straightforward. Firesong and Sunspeaker gives us a big old body that gives all of our red instants and sorceries lifelink, and then whenever a white instant or sorcery causes us to gain life, we get to deal damage equal to 3 to a target creature or player. So the idea of this is we are going to hopefully play Firesong and Sunspeaker, and then play cards like Star of Extinction to deal 20 damage to everything, gain hundreds of life. We also have a backup smaller version in Deafening Clarion. 3 damage to everything, lets our Firesong survive, also gains us a nice chunk of life by sweeping the board. Cleansing Nova doesn't really synergize with Firesong and Sunspeaker, but gives us another sweeper in creature matchups. The deck seems very prepared to deal just with random creature decks. I don't know how we'll do against control, that's another concern, but if our opponent's just playing random creatures and trying to kill us, we have a ton of wrath to deal with those. Then we have a couple of sweet combo pieces for Firesong and Sunspeaker. Revitalize, 3 life gained equals 3 damage with our Firesong and Sunspeaker, plus we draw a card, so it's basically a lightning helix that draws us a card in Standard. And then Intervention, it's really hilarious, it ends up being 9 damage for 4 mana, and we gain a ton of life. So 3 damage comes from Intervention itself, and then it double triggers our Firesong and Sunspeaker. So we end up getting 3, 3, and 3 amounts of damage, which means we can either kill 3 small things, throw 9 damage at our opponent's face, gain a bunch of life along the way. So kind of a weird finisher that can also kill multiple creatures. Joshua Vest is to close out the game. We make a lot of mana eventually after sweeping the board, kick it, make a ton of power, kill our opponent with 1 attack. Also works well with our Star of Extinction plan, putting a ton of bodies on the battlefield if we just need to gain a bunch of life with Firesong. Eldest Reborn deals with Planeswalkers, grinds out value, gets back a Firesong and Sunspeaker. Treasure Map, Pirate's Pillage, keep us churning through our deck, drawing cards, ramping us as well. In the mana base, Arch of Araska for card advantage, Field of Ruin, deal with annoying search for Iskanas and the like. A bunch of dual lands, some basic lands. In the sideboard, a bunch of ways to customize our removal. Thematic Compass, make sure we hit our land drops, gives us a Maze of Ith eventually. For control, Duress to pick apart the hand, Sorcerer's Spyglass to shut down Teferis and the like. And that is Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker for Standard. And that is our Goldfish Gladiators deck for this week. So, one last thing before we jump into the video. As you're watching this, you might hear me refer to this as Matcha Brew. Initially, I was going to use this deck for Matcha Brew, but then I decided to do something else for Matcha Brew and use this for Goldfish Gladiators because it's on Arena and it's Standard, so it makes sense. So if you hear me say Matcha Brew, just ignore. It's impossible to edit it out every time and still make it sound right. So it's Goldfish Gladiators, it's Matcha Brew, whatever. The deck could go either way. So anyway, that's the deck. Let's jump into the gameplay, see if this crazy deck can actually work. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Matcha Brew about nothing time. We are playing some Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker in Standard. Seeing how much life we can gain, basically. Okay. I mean, this hand's fine, mostly because of Treasure Map. Our mana is a little bit clunky, but Treasure Map hopefully smooths it out. Ugh. Alright. Well, land go. Mono blue on the draw might be tricky here. Opponent. Looks like they have Curious Obsession, perhaps. You can see the little hover over the Storm Tamer. Yup. Well, good game. Well played. Opponent gets in. Draws a card. Passes. Well, land, Treasure Map. Ugh. Okay. Not the greatest start for Mardu, Firesong and Sunspeaker. I mean, this is probably one of our harder matchups, especially if we lose the die roll. We have a lot of sweepers, but they're so slow and so counterable against Mono Blue that if they have this start, we're... Wow. Alright. I actually think we might just concede. I think conceding is the right play. We are roughly 0% to win this game, and our opponent probably thinks we're Rakdos at the moment. So I think that makes the most sense. And now we get to bring in Lava Coil, bring in Duress, go down Cleansing Nova, go down one Eldest Reborn, go down Revitalize, I guess. We just want any removal, basically, that we can have in the early game. We don't have that much, honestly. Lava Coils, Duresses. We have the Sweepers, but they're kind of slow-ish. I mean, if we gain a ton of life, that's good. I guess we can bring in Vraska's Contempt over a Starve Extinction. Maybe go down one Joshu Vest for Vraska's Contempt. Try it like that. Well, our opponent probably thinks we're Rakdos. I don't know how much that influences our sideboarding choices. Are we... Alright, mulligan. Oh, dear lord. Well, we get to scry Starve Extinction to the bottom. We have Duress for turn 1 to hopefully get rid of a Curious Obsession. And then we're more or less at the mercy of the magic gods. We did draw land. Well, Duress our opponent. Take Opt. Play a Mountain. Opponent's hand's not that good. This is a hand that potentially could get got by a sweeper. Question's going to be, do they draw counters to deal with these Pirates Pillages? If they encounter Pirates Pillage, life gets a lot worse. So Storm Tamer. No, Sacred Foundry tapped. I guess we're about to find out. Next turn. I mean, if we're able to just Pirates Pillage into Starve Extinction with no counters, then we probably win. If our opponent draws counters, then, what can you do? Opponent. In the tank. Okay, opponent. Untaps. After careful consideration. They chose untapping. Usually a good choice when you have the option. Opponent. Gets it. Down to 17. Ops. To the top. Plays a land. Passes. Well, I mean... Dragon Skull Summit. Pirates Pillage. Discard a land. If their one unknown card is a counter, then we cry. It is. Alright. Well, we cry. That is a slight bit unfortunate. Just a touch. Opponent untaps. Opponent. Thinking. Gets in. Down to 15. Plays Tempest Shin. Oh, Pirates Pillage. Discard Treasure Map, unfortunately. Well, I mean, this is the game. We get to untap and cast Starve Extinction. If our opponent has drawn another counter, then we lose. If they have not, then we most likely win. Opponent gets in. They did not play a land, so this is probably counters in hand. Oh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, opponent, what do you got? There you go. Down to 10. Opponent passes. I'll play Treasure Map. Maybe we can bait a counter. Play Dragon Skull Summit. Pass the turn. I mean, we have to Starve Extinction next turn. I guess the downside is this gives our opponent another draw step. The upside is maybe they counter Treasure Map. It also lets us potentially play around Spell Pierce, I guess. Opponent gets in. Yep. Can't do anything about it. Down to 5. Come on. Cast a Djinn. Do something. Opponent passes. Well, alright. Treasure Map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I mean, we'll keep it. This plays around Spell Pierce. Mountain. Starve Extinction. Did you draw a hard counter? Opponent. Adding manual mana. Can't Storm Tamer. It doesn't target our opponent or a creature that they control. Alright. Starve Extinction works. So game continues. Well, pass the turn. See what our opponent has. These dive downs are an issue. Oh man, if we had Firesong and Sunspeaker out, ooh, that would have been so good. Opponent. Terramander. 1, 2, 3. Alright, well, let's find another sweeper. Treasure map. Yeah, Cleansing Nova is a sweeper. Okay, okay. We will keep it. Draw it. Go to our main phase. Destroy all creatures. And flip treasure map while your opponent's tapped. Ow. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my goodness. That is the card our deck's built around. I don't know if we can afford it here. I think we gotta go bottom. We don't have anything in hand, so it's not like we can immediately gain life. I feel like we need to just keep chaining removal. We do get to start drawing extra cards, which is helpful. Ms. Cloak Herald. I think Eldest Reborn is one of our best draws. Since that gets around Dive Down. Oh. Well, now we need another sweeper. Oh, okay. Well, let's sack a treasure, draw a card. Deafening Clarion. Pass the turn. I mean, if we just sweep the board every turn, maybe we're good. Opponent opts. Those dive downs aren't great if our opponent doesn't have anything to cast them on. Miss Cloak Herald. We draw Sacred Foundry. Well, sack a treasure, draw. Pirate's Pillage. Well, Pirate's Pillage. Discard Field of Ruin. Draw 2. Can we play a land? We can. All right. Well, kill Miss Cloak Herald. Back up to 8. Replenish our treasure supply. Land for our opponent. Passes. And I'll sack a treasure. Draw a card. Our deck is kind of chaining it together. Sacred Foundry. Go. Well, now we still have 2 removal spells. Opponent untaps, although they do get got by Dive Down. Opponent passing. Deafening Clarion. Well, sack a treasure, draw a card. Wow, alright. Lots of removal. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Land. Passes. Deafening Clarion. Well, maybe this is going to work. We have so much removal now. We are running out of card draw, unfortunately. Island. Opponent passes. No, sack a treasure, draw a card. Play a swamp. Pass the turn. Alright. Tempest Shin. Well, let's... Vraska's Contempt. Tempest Shin. There's a dive down. That's fine. Untap. Ooh, Duress. Duress isn't bad. Duress our opponent. Curious Obsession, Wizard's Retort, Dive Down. Well, take Wizard's Retort. Star of Extinction. I mean, if we can keep our opponent with no creatures on the battlefield, then Curious Obsession doesn't do anything. Terramander. That is kind of an issue. How many spells? There's got to be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, untap. Let's Lava Coil Terramander. Opponent dives down. Integrity Terramander. Oh, okay. Pass the turn. Opponent. Chart, of course. How many more Pirates Pillages do we have? 1, 2, 1 more? Along with a decent number of treasure maps. Joshu Vest would be good. We have 1 Joshu Vest. Discards a Storm Tamer. Opponent. Passing. Well, pass the turn. Trickster is kind of annoying. Yeah. So Trickster into Curious Obsession. And then we have to kill Trickster. They're going to get 1 draw off Curious Obsession. Yep. Down to 8. Opponent draws. Land. Passes. Well, let's just Deafening Clarion. Opponent counters. Alright. Well, Eldest Reborn. This is kind of working. Get rid of the Trickster. We still have 3 removal spells in hand. And our opponent's empty-handed. And opponent scoops it up. Well, we did get to Firesong and Sunspeaker, but we did just kind of grind them out. Apparently, infinite sweepers can be good. Oh, that's assuming we don't get got by... Alright. Assuming we don't get got early. If we can stabilize, we can win the late game, which we kind of just saw, even without our crazy life gain. Opponent, thinking, playing first. All right, go, Deafening Clarion. You are our only hope. I mean, this gives us a chance if it resolves. Opponent, to the bottom, land, 1 drop. Well, mountain, go. Come on, no Curious Obsessions. Oh, no. That little hover. You see the hover? Yeah, they have it. All right. Well, that is what Mono Red does. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down, or Mono Blue, down to 18. Dragon Skull Summit, go. Yeah. This seems like a matchup where play draw is pretty huge. If we are on the play, we have a pretty decent chance of getting rid of this start, but when we're on the draw, it gets way harder. And now we're to the spiral out of control part of the game. Opponent draws. Storm Tamer. Passes. Well, Plains, Clarion. This is all we can do is just run out our stuff and cross our fingers. Opponent has a Spell Pierce. Alright, untaps. Yeah, this seems like a tough one if we lose the die roll. We don't really have any shocks or 1-mana removals, so maybe that's something the deck could do better, is play some 1-mana removal. Opponent, land. Thinking. Feels like they have a Tempest Shin, and they're trying to decide if they cast it. We hope they do. Alright, that's a Tempest Shin. Well, that does give us some amount of hope, because we get to Isolated Chapel, Intervention, Mistcloak Herald. Gain some life, pass the turn. Opponent gets in for 4. Yep. And Mistcloak Herald. Well, Arch of Araska, Pirate's Pillage, discard Eldest Reborn. Do they have counters? Well, not. Oh, all right. Well, next turn's going to be a big turn. Can we resolve a Star of Extinction? Land for our opponent. 4 or 5. We're taking 6. Yeah, that's basically all we can do is just fire it off and pray. Pray to the magic gods. Isolated Chapel. Oh, I wish we could Firesong and Sunspeaker first, but we just don't have the time. Yeah. I mean, this is it. This is the game all wrapped up into one spell. Star of Extinction. Do you have the counter? Yeah. Couldn't play around Spell Pierce, and that does it. Well, we were kind of close for winning the die roll in what has to be one of our worst matchups. I think out of the matchups this deck doesn't want to play, it's basically control, including Mono Blue. We want to play basically any creature deck. Any of the aggro decks without a million counter spells, mid-range, any of that stuff is where I think we'll get to see this deck shine. Where it doesn't shine is against Mono Blue, especially when we lose the die roll. Ugh. Alright. We're gonna mulligan. Alright, I guess this is sort of better. We'll keep. At least we have lands. That was the big risk with hand number 1. I don't think we want Star of Extinction yet. We have multiple sweepers. I think we basically want card advantage. Sacred Foundry, go. Opponent. Oh. Alright. Well, this should be an adventure. It looks like we're up against gates. Alright, let's start treasure mapping. Dragon Skull Summit to the bottom. Draw a card. Dragon Skull Summit. Arena is really good at putting 2 cards in a row on top of your deck, I've learned. That is sort of a tradition. Clifftop Retreat. Oh, maybe this is just a Naya deck. Clifftop Retreat to the bottom. Can we get a Clifftop Retreat? Come on, Arena. You know you got it in ya. Aw. Alright. Play a plane. Go to our main phase. Play a planes. Pass the turn. Well, this is where our deck's looking pretty reasonable. I'm assuming this is a random creature deck. Well, that's annoying. We did want that treasure map to live. Night of Autumn. Yep. Well, there goes our treasure map. The turn before it could flip. Play a land. Let's just treasure map. I think we want to try to get more value out of this Eldest Reborn than just a Knight of Autumn. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Yup. Down to 21. Well, treasure map. Mountain. Yeah, let's go bottom. Treasure map. Deafening Clarion. Bottom. Alright, main phase. Let's revitalize. Draw a card. Play a land. Pass the turn. Alright, can we flip a treasure map? It's actually a pretty big deal because it also turns on this Archivaraska that lets us start drawing cards. Opponent gets in. Down to 22. Dire Fleet Daredevil for Revitalize. Okay. That's fine. Well, now we just flip treasure map and Deafening Clarion. So let's treasure map, flip. Yeah, all right, we'll keep Eldest Reborn. That is a way we can grind out some value. Go to our main phase, Deafening Clarion. Sweep the board. And pass the turn. Shalai. Well, that's a good target for this Eldest Reborn. Opponent passes. I'll play Field of Ruin. Play Eldest Reborn. Doesn't target, so we get rid of Shalai. Pass the turn. And now we're getting to the point where we want to find a finisher. A Joshuvas, a Firesong and Sunspeaker, Dire Fleet Daredevil for our opponent. For Revitalize again. Alright, opponent's sniping our Revitalizes like crazy. Yup. Gains some life. Draws a card. Opponent. Passing. Alright, let's sack a treasure, draw a card. Integrity Intervention's not bad. Opponent's got a discard. And I think we just sack a treasure, main phase. See if we can find something good. Pirate's Pillage isn't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pirate's Pillage. Oh, mistapping. Pirate's Pillage. Discard Isolated Chapel. Alright, play a mountain. Pass the turn. And then I guess, what do we reanimate? Probably Shalai? Opponent, combat. Attacks. Alright. Untap. Ooh, oh, that's Firesong Sunspeaker. Let's get back Shalai. Play Firesong and Sunspeaker with Shalai protection. Okay. I think we got you. This is where we want to be. Pass the turn. And we still have Integrity Intervention up to just go nuts. Lava Coil Shalai. Okay. That's fine. That wasn't our Shalai anyway. And now that we have a Firesong and Sunspeaker, then our Eldest Reborn gets better, because it means we can get back Firesong and Sunspeaker. Justice Strike. Okay. They just have a handful of removal. Ooh, alright. So, 3 damage to Dire Fleet Daredevil. Triggers Firesong and Sunspeaker. 3 damage to... Are we doing this wrong? 3 damage to Incubation Druid. Clear the board. Firesong lives. Opponent passes. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Make some dorks. Joshua Vest coming down. All right. What do you say, Naya? This seems like the kind of matchup where our deck really shines. And opponent scoops it up, and after Mono Blue just stopped us, this is the kind of matchup we want to be playing. We can grind for days and days with the random the random creature deck. That's what we want to be doing. All right, random creature deck. Eldest Reborn seems good. A little worried about Planeswalkers. I don't know if that's enough for us to bring in Sorceress Spyglass. I guess we have Star of Extinction to get rid of them as well. Maybe we go down like a couple Deafening Clarions. Go up the Eldest Reborn. I kind of want these Thematic Compasses. Just to like hit our lands. They seem pretty good. Our deck is a slow-ish. What do we cut? Yeah, let's go down one Revitalize. Let's sort of like that. This feels like a good matchup for us. This is where having 12 sweepers is pretty absurd. Alright, this is not an absurd hand. This is the most expensive hand. Alright. We'll keep the land. I mean, we got sweepers we're working towards. Tap land for our opponent. Tap land for us. Opponent. Tap land. Well, play the land, play treasure map. Pass the turn. Come on, no Knight of Autumns, please. Mountain. Growth Chamber Guardian. Well, scry with treasure map. Yeah, let's go bottom. That doesn't kill Growth Chamber Guardian. Draw a card. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. I mean, I think we're just playing towards this Cleansing Nova mostly. Land for our opponent. Ugh, Aurelia, eh? Alright, that is some damage. We take 4. Well, treasure map, scry. Joshu Vest, little early for old Joshu. Play Field of Ruin. Let's Field of Ruin now. Hit the green source. They may or may not have a basic forest. We will take a swamp. No forest. They have a forest. Alright, pass the turn. Well, we get to sweep the board next turn. We'll see if that's enough. Opponent. Combat. Yeah, we take a big hit here. But next turn our deck starts doing stuff. Yeah, opponent gets in for 6. Oh. Yep, counter on Growth Chamber Guardian. Gets a Growth Chamber Guardian. Down to 9. Karn. Picks up. How about Rootbound Crag? That sounds better than the other option. Let's flip treasure map. Revitalize bottom. Draw. Joshu Vest. Go to our main phase. Play Arch of Araska. And Cleansing Nova. Destroy all creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn we can Star of Extinction. Which will also get rid of the Karn. Opponent. Takes up card. Yeah, let's go Shalai. We're actually kind of okay with our opponent just playing Shalai here. Like, Shalai plus Growth Chamber Guardian would be exactly what we want. Since we're planning on using the Star of Extinction. Growth Chamber Guardian. Opponent. Oh, they sniffed it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, play Clifftop Retreat. Star of Extinction. Blow up a land. Get rid of Karn. Get rid of the board. Pass the turn. Land untapped. There's Shalai. Opponent passes. Well, in that case, we will play Isolated Chapel. Play Eldest Reborn. Get rid of Shalai. Opponent, it's kind of funny. They have to try to play around Wrath, so they're playing one card, but then that's allowing our Eldest Reborns to be better than they would be. Opponent, tap land. Passing. And I think we might have stabilized. Well, let's revitalize. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's sack a treasure. We might just Joshu Vess here. That might be fine. Ooh, another Star of Extinction and a Pirate's Pillage. Opponent. Well, I mean, yeah, let's go for it. Joshu Vess, kicker? Do you have an answer? I mean, that's lethal. Yes! That is pretty much what we're looking for Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker. Just blowing up the red. Oh, no. Oh, opponent's going to turn our sweeper against us. Sneaky. Sneaky opponent. Well, the good news is they gotta hit creatures, or they die, which means we get to ultimate this Eldest Reborn and get a Karn? Yeah, we'll take Karn. Take it up. Land integrity. Now, Pirate's Pillage. Discard the land. Thematic Compass. Arch of Araska. Activate Compass. Grab a swamp. And pass the turn. Compass flip. So now we have Maze of Ith, which seems pretty good against our opponent's deck. Tajik. Alright. That's actually annoying because that shuts down Star of Extinction too, sort of. So our opponent going Karn or Face? Alright, going Face. Sure. Down to 9. Well, sack a treasure. Draw a card. Yeah, that's not bad. Ooh, that's really not bad. Well, take up Karn. Firesong, Sunspeaker, Integrity. What do you choose, opponent? That's a pretty good card hit. Usually you hit one bad card and one good card. This is the 2 good card situation. Opponent. Our hand is redundant enough we don't really care what they choose. Oh, or maybe our opponent, are they choosing or are they giving up? Did we just Firesong him right out of the right out of wanting to play Magic? Is that what's happening here? It might be. We might have just Firesonged him out. Opponent. Yeah. Timeout number 2. Gives us Integrity Intervention. Alright, play a Swamp. Play Firesong and Sunspeaker. Play Deafening Clarion. Pass the turn. Opponent. Lava Coil. Aww. We wanted that. I mean, I guess we have another one. Lava Coil, sure. Opponent. Passing. Well, let's draw a card. Sack our treasure. Take up card. Ooh, those are 2 good ones. Pirate's Pillage or... Ooh, what was option B? Eldest Reborn, yeah. Well, let's Pirate's Pillage. Discard Sacred Foundry. Pirate's Pillage. Discard Cleansing Nova. Isolated Chapel. Pass the turn. And yeah, we just gotta find a way to win. I don't think it's gonna be likely that we can lose from here. And opponent, they do it for us, scoops it up, and, well, that's where Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker really shines. That feels like a matchup that we really almost can't lose. Like, it's just such a good matchup for us that it's hard to see how we can not win. Like, yes, they can get a fast draw, we can stumble, miss our rasp, but in general, that seems like a massively favorable matchup for our deck. Alright. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, much ado about nothing time. We are playing some Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker in Standard. And, well, alright. Hopefully it's a matchup where Deafening Clarion's good. Forest. Alright. That's not a bad sign for our hand. Swamp. Well, Dragon Skull Summit, go. Woodland Cemetery. Oh, got my Safford. Interesting. Well, play the land. Let's just treasure map and wait another turn. Pass the turn. I assume Sapperlings, if that's what's happening, is a decent matchup. Just because we have so many sweepers. Ooh. Spicy. Costly Plunder. Okay. Draws 2. Well, I don't know what's happening now. Some sort of, like, Sapperling Aristocrats? Oh, that's Treasure Map. We already have more... we already have more copies of Deafening Clarion than we'll probably ever need. We have so many sweepers. All right, Plains is fine. Just hitting our land drops, that is more than acceptable. Player Plains, pass the turn. Ideally, we'll be able to play Firesong first and then sweep the board. So I'm for our opponent. And Sapperling Migration. Opponent gets in for 1. Yup. Down to 18. Well, let's flip Treasure Map. Definitely keeping Pirate's Pillage. Draw Pirate's Pillage. Alright, let's just play Arch Varaska. We have so many sweepers, let's just spend one here and be safe. Deafening Clarion. Like, we could wait, but we have so many sweepers, I don't know if it's even really worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're 1 spell away from turning on Arch Varaska, or 1 permanent. Opponent probably has a lot of... Okay. Slimefoot, sure. Passes. Ooh. Well, that makes it easy. Let's just... Eldest Reborn Slimefoot. Get City's Blessing for Arch Varaska. And now we can start stacking treasures to draw cards. Opponent untaps. Land. And passes? Oh, Lord. The only downside is they probably have a lot of removal in hand. That's what I would expect. Untap. Opponent discards. Now let's Pirate's Pillage. Discard a Plains. Make some treasure. Play Dragon Skull Summit. Play Treasure Map. I think because it seems likely our opponent has a bunch of removal, I think we want to try to wait and play Firesong and Sunspeaker and a Wrath in the same turn. I guess we can get back Slimefoot. Let's just scry. Mountain Bottom. Another Arch Varaska. Yeah, alright. Slimefoot. The old reverse Sapperling beatdown plan. Pass the turn. At least this will probably cost our opponent a removal spell. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's make a Sapperling. Yeah, alright, make a Sapperling. Somehow we are out Sapperling-ing. Out Sapping the Sapperling deck. Spore Swarm. Oh, this might be the time for Firesong. Opponent, passing. Well, let's Treasure Map scry. Revitalize Bottom. Draw. Go to our main phase. Play Arch Varaska. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Play Firesong and Sunspeaker. Deafening Clarion. Up to 36. Hit you for 3. And pass the turn. Alright. There's a Chupacabra. Takes down Firesong and Sunspeaker. And Deathbloom Thallid. Yeah, let's flip Treasure Map again. Joshu Vest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess we just start Joshu Vesting. Kick a Joshu Vest. We can do this 2 turns in a row. And that should be enough. Joshu Vest with Kicker. That is a lot of Menacing Knights. Pass the turn. Opponent. Opponent needs a actual sweeper here. Man, Joshu Vest when it's kicked is so good against a lot of decks. And opponent scoops it up, and this deck actually seems almost unbeatable in certain matchups, and this feels like one of those matchups. I'm actually not convinced we change a single card. I think we just straight up run it back. Having 12 sweepers is absurd against what our opponent's doing. As long as we can keep Slimefoot off the battlefield and not get run over early, I mean, these Wraths are just so insane. All right, opponent. Opponent's on the play. So there is some risk here. If our opponent could just get off to a fast start, yeah, that could get us. That is the thing that can happen. Whoa, they're done. They're done. Opponent knows that they just can't beat the Wraths. They can't do it. They can't do it. And that's how this deck... that is my early impression of this deck is... It depends on the matchup. In the matchups where it's good, it is absurdly good. On the other hand, in the matchups where it's bad, we probably don't want to talk about those. LSV fanboy. Alright, well, is it Phoenix? That's what LSV was playing this past weekend. So, if you're a true LSV fan, I assume that's what you're doing? Okay. Treasure map time. See what our opponent's up to. To the bottom. Watery Grave. On land, go. Island. Thought Erasure. Alright. Well, this will be interesting. We have many Wraths. This might be a matchup that is rough in game 1 and then gets better after sideboarding, hopefully. Maybe. Wow, opponent takes Pirate's Pillage. Well, Isolated Chapel treasure map. Pass the turn. Tap land. Search for Iskanta. Well, treasure map. We'll keep a land. That's fine. Clifftop Retreat, treasure map. The main thing I'm worried about is hostage takers taking our treasure maps. Search for Iskanta is not a huge deal because wow, another treasure map. I think we go bottom. I think we need to have an answer for Teferi. I guess Pirate's Pillage is probably worth keeping. Draw a card. Main phase. Swamp. Search for Iskanta. So we're looking for answers for Teferi, and then Search for Iskanta is not too problematic because we'll find a Field of Ruin to deal with it. Tap land. Well, flip treasure map. To the bottom with Josh Uvess. Treasure map. Alright. Well, it's not a land, but treasure map again. Play treasure map. Pass the turn. I mean, I guess if it resolves, Starve Extinction is kind of an answer to Teferi. Search for Iskanta. Not to the point of flipping yet. Mills a land. Draws a card. Opponent. Opponent also probably has many dead cards, which is good news for us. Treasure map. Flip it. Okay. Keep Starve Extinction. Treasure map. We do want to hit a land here. Integrity Intervention to the bottom. Sack a treasure. Draw a card. Alright, there's a land. So, play the land. Pass the turn. Iskanta. Still not to the flipping point. Still mostly concerned about Teferi, I think. Eldest Reborn. Not super worried about that. Is there even anything? There's not even anything in the graveyard at this point. I guess our opponent's just tired of doing nothing. Treasure map scry. Yeah, keep a mountain. Draw the mountain. Pirate's Pillage. Discard Deafening Clarion. Make some treasure. Play the plains. Pass the turn. Search for Iskanta. Draws a card. Well, we'll discard a land. Thought Erasure. Alright. They probably have to take Firesong just to have a creature in the graveyard for this Eldest Reborn. Yup. Takes Firesong. Mills a land. Opponent's passing. Well, sack a treasure, draw a card. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Untap. Flip treasure map. Integrity Intervention, bottom. Draw a card. Now sack a treasure, draw a card. What is our endgame here? Well, play Firesong. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent kills it. So opponent gets back a Firesong. They also are going to get to flip Iskanta. Wow, no flip yet. Yep, gets back Firesong. Sure. Opponent. There's a Teferi. Okay. Draws and untaps. Tap land. Opponent. Passing. Untapping. Alright. Well, Dragon Skull Summit. Let's Starve Extinction. Blow up land. Sweep the board. And, yeah, I guess we just pass. So Search for Azcanta is going to flip. Thought Erasure. Alright. Well, we have more Starve Extinctions. Our main challenge here is actually finding a way to close out the game. We really just want a Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, get this, shuffle our Joshu Vest back in. Well, I gotta say, I'm impressed with how good of a fight our deck is putting up against a hardcore control deck. Opponent's passing. Well, let's draw some cards. See if we can find this Field of Ruin. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Untap. Play Dragon Skull Summit. Starve Extinction. On Azcanta. Basically a 7-mana Stone Rain. Alright, opponent activates it, that's fine. Finds a Chemister's Insight. And then we will Pirate's Pillage. Discard Cleansing Nova. And pass the turn. Opponent. Main phase Chemister's Insight, sure. Plays a land untapped. Well, we untap. Ooh, alright. Arch of Araska. Let's revitalize. Draw a card. Yeah, let's just pass. Keep drawing cards. We're outdrawing our opponent. Can we find a way to kill our opponent, though? That's the question. So let's Arch of Araska. Draw Deafening Clarion. Sack a treasure. There might be some risk that we... Oh, there's Joshu Vest. Alright, sack a treasure. Draw a card. I wish we had, like, discard in the main deck. Another Eldest Reborn. I'll play Isolated Chapel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's Joshu Vest. Make our opponent have an answer. So Joshu Vest, kicker. Resolves. Alright, so now our opponent needs a sweeper. Pass the turn. Opponent. Is this just working? Chemister's Insight. Discards a cast down. Yeah, that doesn't do much. Opponent needs an actual Wrath. So discard Deafening Clarion. Alright, opponent, do you have the Wrath? Place a land. Alright, there's the Kaya's Wrath. Opponent, passing. Well, sack a treasure, draw a card. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Untap. Play Clifftop Retreat. Play the Eldest Reborn. Opponent counters. Well, play the Eldest Reborn. And pass the turn. Opponent untaps. I mean, we know they have Mortifies and Mortifaries. So it's not like this is the be-all and end-all, but we got to make progress at closing out this game, or we're just going to run out of cards. All right, there's a Mortify. Opponent plays land. Passes. So one interesting thing that could be cool for this deck is... sack a treasure, draw a card. That could be sweet, would be to play... Ooh, Pirate's Pillage, alright. Would be to play Crucible of Worlds to go for the Strip Mine lock in these control matchups. Pirate's Pillage, discard a land. Actually, you know what? I think we first play Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin. Hit a blue source. We want to shuffle back in that other Joshu Vest, because we need a way to actually win the game. Opponent floats a mana. We grab a mountain. Go to our second main phase. Play Pirate's Pillage. Discard a Plains. Alright, pass the turn. There is some legitimate fear that we're going to mill out. Banefire from the sideboard also seems helpful. Opponent plays a land. Passes. Yeah, maybe we should have one Banefire in the main deck. Draw a card. 16 cards. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Mountain. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Lands, lands, lands. Starve Extinction. I'll play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Discard, discard, discard. All right. What do you got, opponent? Chemister's Insight. Draws a couple cards. Land. I think we're just going to play through our entire deck and not be able to win. Draw a card. Cleansing Nova. Untap. Treasure Map. I'll play a Treasure Map. Play Isolated Chapel. Treasure Map Scry. Alright, keep Eldest Reborn. That is a thing that can do something. Pass the turn. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not super confident we could close out this game. Opponent's still at 18. There's a Teferi. Draws a card. Land. Opponent. Untaps. Well, draw a card. 10 cards left in our deck. Yup. So opponent untaps. We untap. We draw. We play him. Go to our main phase. Play a mountain. Play Eldest Reborn. Get rid of Teferi. And pass the turn. I think our best bet is actually to... Alright, opponent has Search for his Kanta. Well, we have Field of Ruin to answer that. Opponent plays a land. We're probably going to have to just start casting Star of Extinctions to blow up lands. Opponent's passing. Well, let's Treasure Map. Keep Integrity Intervention. Draw a card. Stop on our upkeep. Flip Treasure Map. Deafening Clarion to the bottom. Draw. Opponent has to discard. Play Arch of Vraska. Pass the turn. Opponent is Kanta. Mills. Flips. So we will immediately Field of Ruin. Opponent activates. Finds Teferi. Alright. We really need this Eldest Reborn to go off so we can get back a Firesong and Sunspeaker. Teferi resolves. Draws a card. Okay, this is our chance. This is our chance. This is our chance. Opponent's passing. Well, we draw a card. We draw a card. Okay, that resolves. So now we have to try to burn our opponent out. That is the way this could work. Untaps, we untap. We get back Firesong and Sunspeaker, and this is our chance. This is our chance. There's Firesong and Sunspeaker. We play Sacred Foundry untapped. We have 4 cards in our deck. We play Revitalize. We burn our opponent. There's Vraska's Contempt. So we Integrity Intervention. Our opponent. There's Absorb. I think we got it. 1, 2, red, white. Integrity Intervention. Our opponent. I think the end result of this is going to be that we 18 our opponent. Ping him. Yes, you. Down to 12. Down to 9. And we got him. Whoa! Whoa! Taking down the control deck. What a match! What a grindy match. There's another one. That's 9 more to the face. Double trigger. And yeah, I mean, that's the combo. That is the combo. Whoa! Whoa! The 12 dead sweeper deck managed to take down control in game 1. That was roughly miraculous. Wow. All right, so 4 Duress is in, 2 Vraska's Contempts in, a Banefire in, an Eldest Reborn in, 2 Spyglasses in. Go down. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Go down Deafening Clarions. Go down Cleansing Novas. And go down maybe 1 Revitalize? Star of Extinction's kind of odd in this matchup. Yeah, let's go down one Revitalize. Run it like that. Well, that was pretty impressive for our deck, honestly. Control feels like by far our hardest mashup, and we were able to make it work. We were able to find a way with 4 cards in our deck. I mean, I guess that shows the power of Firesong and Sunspeaker. We didn't damage our opponent for that entire game, and then right at the end we managed to jank him out. Wow. Wow. That was, I think, the most impressive performance for this deck. Tap land for our opponent. Well, Swamp, Duress you. Eldest Reborn, absorb Chemister's Insight. Well, take Absorb. Pass the turn. This lets us get down our treasure map, which is nice, hopefully. Tap land. Well, Isolated Chapel, treasure map. Pass the turn. Oh boy, that's not great. That's not great at all. Well, we'll keep a treasure map. Yikes. Arch of Araska treasure map. Well, this is a big turd cycle. We need to kill this Thief of Sanity, or life gets bad. Opponent gets in with Thief of Sanity. Gets to steal one of our cards. Alright. Really counting on this Integrity Intervention to kill Thief of Sanity. Mill, Star of Extinction, Field of Ruin. Steals, whatever. Well, play a land, pass the turn. Alright, there's Chemister's Insight. Intervention, Thief of Sanity. Opponent draws some cards. Yep. Opponent draws more cards. Land. Ugh, there's the Teferi. Alright, not good, not good. Opponent draws. Untaps. Well, treasure map, scry. I guess we should have scried with a different land. Go to our main phase. Play Sacred Foundry. Pirate's Pillage. Discard Joshuves. Ugh, negate from the sideboard. Oh dear. Teferi's online. Yeah, we should have scried with a different land there. Oh boy. Oh boy. We are getting rolled by this Teferi. This is where it's so bad. Teferi, yep. Oh no, another Thief of Sanity. Untap some lands. Yeah, this is very, very, very bad. Field of Ruin, not helpful here. Treasure map. Revitalize, definitely not helpful here. Land. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting buried in this one. Maybe we shouldn't have taken out as much removal. Ha 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 ha. Also, I guess we should have paid more attention to the tamping of the swamp. It might be time to just concede. I guess we can scry and just see if we can hit a Star of Extinction and if it resolves by some miracle. Otherwise, I think we're just done. There's an Iskanta as well. Yeah, this is kind of the nightmare for our deck. Yep. Teferi. Untapping. Well, scry. Firesong's not going to do it in this instance. Draw a card. Sack a treasure, draw a card. Yeah. Well, Pirate's Pillage. Go to our main phase. Pirate's Pillage. Discard Isolated Chapel. Alright. Yeah, those are the games where Esper Control is pretty unbeatable when they can get off on the front foot like that. This is tricky. Do we need to do something about Thief of Sanity? It looks like our opponent brought in 4 of them. But if we're leaving in targeted removal, it's so bad. Revitalize isn't good here. Although it does cycle. Maybe we like Thematic Compass, Lava Coil. It's not our early game answer to Thief of Sanity, but getting lands is good, and then the Maze of Ith is good. Alright, opponent. Alright, we get to play first. Ugh. So slow. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan. Oh, duh. Oh, boy. Alright. Well, we did get a land on top. There's a land, pass the turn. We need to keep hitting lands, though. Tap land for our opponent. Well, Dragon Skull Summit. Thematic Compass. Go. Come on, land. We really, really, really need a land here. Opponent. Untap land. There's the Thought Eraser. Can take our Duress. Well, this is a big draw step. If we hit a land, we're in okay shape. If we don't hit a land, we're in dire straits. The direst. All right, opponent takes Pirate's Pillage. Well, that is certainly not a land. Oh, opponent's got the unbeatable hand. All right. Well, this is, oh, whoa, off the top. All right. Well, good game. We gave it our best shot. We mulligan into Oblivion, and we got by Thief of Sanity, as per tradition. Well, the game one was pretty awesome. And admittedly, I feel like this is the worst matchup for our deck. So, by some miracle, we won game one. And that really feels like the breakdown for this deck. If we play against random creature decks, our deck is absurd. It is one of the best decks in the format. If we play against all counterspell control decks, it gets a lot sketchier. Well, we drew an answer to Thief of Sanity, which means the game doesn't just end. Opponent draws. Boy, we would love to hit a land here. Oh, opponent's got our treasure map. Okay. That's not good. Well, we did hit a land. Yeah, play Eldest Reborn. Pass the turn. Stealing our opponent's Teferi would be good. Scries to the top. It's got to be a land, I assume. Opponent draws. Plays a land. Plays their own Eldest Reborn. Yep. We draw land. Opponent's got a discard. Oh, play Sacred Foundry, tapped. Pass the turn. I mean, we're kind of still in this game. Search for Iskanta. Well, tutor up a land. Discard it. Oh, opponent has a Mortify. Alright. Well, Thematic Compass. Take a land. Play the land. Play Treasure Map. Pass the turn. But our opponent's going to get back the Teferi. And if they can have a counter to back it up, then that's super, super bad. To the top. That's a bad sign. Opponent draws. Teferi. Oh, that Mortify on the top was so brutal. Yeah, Teferi returns. Draws a card. Well, opponent plays a land. Hostage Taker. Scry with Treasure Map. Duress would be nice. Alright. I guess we just Starve Extinction 2 turns in a row and hope that one gets through. Well, do they have a negate? That is the question. Untaps, we draw. Go to our main phase. Starve Extinction. Blow up a land. Alright, no negate. I mean, the bad news is our opponent does have a Search for Iskanta, and they're going to flip these treasure maps. So they're kind of playing our deck in a way that's pretty bad for us. So they're doing what we need to be doing. So those Hostage Takers have been very impressive here. Search for Iskanta. Opponent. Yup. Flips it. Passes. Yeah. Starve Extinction Iskanta. I think we're just... I don't think we can get back from this. Opponent finds the counter. Yeah. Alright. Pass the turn. Well, we've learned some interesting things about Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker. And it feels like one of the highest variance decks in the format. It either feels like we play matchups where we literally can't lose, or we play matchups where... I don't want to say we can't win, because we beat Esper Control in Game 1 in pretty spectacular fashion, but matchups that are really, really difficult for us to consistently win. Yeah, sure. Eldest Reborn, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what our plan is. I don't know if we have one, honestly. Iskanta goes digging. Finds a Mortify. Mortifies. Yeah, our opponent could just draw so many cards, and we cannot. We do have Field of Ruins. Those would be good draws. But once our opponent finds a threat, they pretty much just lock up this game. Those two... Getting one treasure map taken hostage is super painful. 2 is very, very bad. Opponent. Land. Counterspell at the ready. What do we even do? Alright, pass the turn. Yeah, we know there's an Absorb. So we can't cast Pirate's Pillage. Land for our opponent. Boy, a Field of Ruin would go a long way on this board state. Opponent. Negate. The counter's just adding up. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to get countered. We can't really do anything else, though. Yep, there's the negate. Sure. Well, we passed the turn. Opponent flips treasure map. Untaps. And Teferi? I think Teferi seals it. Yeah, alright. And we will scoop it up. Yeah, so, well, that's a tough one. That's a tough one with our deck. Well, the deck is spicy. That's for sure. I guess that's a fitting reward card. As far as our league, we finished 2-2. Probably play one more match, just so we have 5 matches in our set. Yeah, I mean, oh boy. Matchups. It really feels like the deck either has matchups that you can't win or that you can't lose. And there's very little middle ground. So stuff with counter spells and planeswalkers is incredibly difficult. On the other hand, random creature decks and aggro decks is the exact opposite. Not counting mono blue, which is, I mean, basically a control deck because of the number of counters. Alright, this hand's not exciting, but we're going to keep it. Mountain for our opponent. Well, Mountain go. I mean, we have a treasure map, which is good. Rootbound Crag. Well, land and treasure map. We just need to hit our land drops. That is what we need with this hand. Opponent. Rootbound Crag. Jade Light Ranger. Land Carnage Tyrant. Well, as long as we hit our lands, we should be fine. Let's scry. Revitalize bottom. Oh no, deck. I don't know if it's confirmation bias, but it does seem like you have the same card on the top quite often in Arena. Like, there's not that many Revitalizes in our deck, but they're all apparently stacked on top of the deck. Gets in with Jade Light. Sundering Shaman. Now, this is not good. Oh, no. Really? Alright. Well, we found the way to lose the unlosable matchup, which is you don't hit your land drops. Well, we don't want our opponent to see anything, because we should be roughly 100% to win this matchup. I think we go down like a Deafening Clarion for a Vraska's Contempt. Maybe a couple of Lava Coils for Deafening Clarions and run it like that. This is one of the matchups where it should be pretty much we can't lose. But we kept a 2-lander with a treasure map, and we didn't have any lands in our next like 10 cards. Alright. 2-lander part 2. Let's see if the magic gods smile this time. Sacred Foundry, go. We don't have a treasure map, but we do have 2 Revitalizes. And we have Wraths that we're working towards. Llanowar Elves. Man, if we whiff on lands again, I'm going to cry. Opponent. Land. Well, Revitalize. Alright, there's a land. Opponent gets in for 3. We draw. Eldest Reborn. Well, Revitalize. Play Isolated Chapel, pass the turn. We're not doing this the easy way. Opponent, land. Combat. Attacks. Yup. Down to 19. Opponent passes. Oh, play Clifftop Retreat, Pirate's Pillage. Discard Isolated Chapel. Draw 2. Alright, pass the turn. So we got our sweeper for next turn, and then we should be in decent shape. Vivian Reed is obnoxious, I guess, but it's not deadly. Opponent gets in. Down to 15. Opponent passes. I'll play Clifftop Retreat, Cleansing Nova. Get all the creatures. And our opponent, because we did so little of nothing in game 1, they might have really mis-sideboarded here. Let's Pirate's Pillage. Discard Sacred Foundry. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. Well, we have a pretty good hand of action now. Opponent passes. Play Firesong and Sunspeaker. Pass the turn. Can you kill a 4/6? Mr. or Mrs. Gruul. Steel Leaf Champion. Sure. Opponent. Passing? Passing. I'll play Dragon Skull Summit. Eldest Reborn. Get rid of Steel Leaf. And this is more like it. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. And we might just fire off a Joshu Vest, honestly. Just fire off a Joshu Vest to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spellbreaker. Okay. Yup. Opponent. Combat. Passes. Discards. Well, let's just Eldest Reborn again. Get rid of the Spellbreaker. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Down to 12. And Integrity Invention is 9. So we kind of just win next turn? Presumably. Untap land. Carnage Tyrant. Sure. Opponent. Passes. Well, get back a Spellbreaker. Give it haste. Opponent discards. And this has been a pretty dominant performance. Now we just have the combo, Integrity Intervention combo kill here. Opponent discards. Yeah, we intervention you for 9 because of double Firesong and Sunspeaker. Opponent down to 1. Attack. And that's how it's supposed to go against random mid-range deck. Just eat them for breakfast with all of our sweepers. All right, well, we're on the draw here for game number 3. Oh, Lava Coil. All right, we're going to go up another Lava Coil and go down all the Deafening Clarions. Deafening Clarion is weird. It's a little sketchy because of some of their big creatures. It can be good, but it can also be very bad. Well, all right, we'll try this. We don't have any sweepers, but we get a redraw into Pirate's Pillage, hopefully. Opponent. Forest. Incubation Druid. Well, play a land, pass the turn. Opponent. Thinking. Yeah, that's a Steel Leaf. Well, there's a Cleansing Nova. That's what we're working towards. Play a Swamp, play a Treasure Map. I guess the question's going to be, is it fast enough? If our opponent can go fast enough, maybe they could kill us before we can get down this Cleansing Nova. Opponent. Thinking. Rhythm of the Wild. That is scary. Opponent. Goes attacking. Well, let's Treasure Map Scry. Alright, we'll keep Integrity Intervention. Drop to 18. Opponent passes. Play Arch of Araska. Pirate's Pillage. Discard an Eldest Reborn. Pass the turn. Alright, so we get to sweep the board next turn. Hopefully into Firesong and Sunspeaker. Ooh, Sunder Shaman. Alright. Hasty Sunder Shaman. So we're taking 10. And they get to blow up a treasure map? Yep. That Rhythm of the Wild is scary. But we get to untap. Play a land. Cleansing Nova. Blow up all creatures. Pass the turn. Opponent. What do they got? Oh, Jade Light. Oh, no. Haste. Land in Llanowar. Okay. Plays a land. Opponent. Gets in. Down to 5. We draw planes. Well, we got to do it. We're a Firesong and Sunspeaker deck. Running out there past the turn. We need it to stay alive. What do you got, opponent? If Firesong and Sunspeaker live, we should be fine. If it dies, or we die, then obviously all bets are off. Rhythm's really good against our deck. Steel Leaf. Haste or counter? Alright, puts a counter on it. You gotta be kidding. Alright, well, thud. It happened. And that's how we wrap it up. Oh, man. Well, I feel a little disappointed that we lost that last match. That feels like the kind of match that this deck should never lose, but we kind of just got janked out, and the Magic Gods really betrayed us in Game 1. To just miss so many land drops with so many scries and redraws, but what can you do? What can you do? All right. Well, I guess we talk about it in the wrap-up. So what do we learn about Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker in Standard? And overall, we finished 2-3. Not a great record. We went 2-2 in a league, played one just random match, and ended up losing that to Thud of all things. I thought we stabilized there. And the thing about this deck is, I don't know if I've ever played a deck that has more variance in Standard. This deck, there are matchups where it feels like we just can't lose, which is basically any creature-based decks, although we did lose to that Gruul deck. I think that was just, I mean, when I say we can't lose, it means we're not very likely to lose. Obviously, you can miss your land drops like we did against Gruul and lose. That's a thing that happens in Magic. But when the decks are both functioning about averagely, we're not usually going to lose to random creature decks or aggro decks. On the other hand, we have matchups where it feels like we just can't win, and that is the control matchups. Like against Mono Blue, it felt really miserable. Against Esper Control, we actually amazingly won a game against them, which was super impressive, but still, it feels like a really difficult matchup. And again, like I said before, when I say we can't win, it doesn't mean we'll never win, but it's probably like 70% to 30% in our opponent's favor. There's not much in the middle with this deck. That is what my impression of this deck is. You're either very heavily favored and your opponent's very disfavored if you're playing creature aggro mid-range decks, or it flips and goes exactly the opposite, where your opponent's heavily favored and you're very much an underdog if you're playing against control decks, counting Mono Blue as well since they have so many counter spells. So the deck is sweet. It is really powerful. It can grind like crazy. I feel like maybe we could use a little bit more in the finishing category. Like against Esper, there was a very real possibility that we would literally just draw our entire deck and not be able to kill our opponent because we only have 2 Joshu Veses, 3 Firesongs, and then I guess the Eldest Reborns kind of, although even they are sort of hit or miss in the control matchup because we don't have much to get back, and if our opponent doesn't have good things in their graveyard to get back, they just don't really do a whole lot. So that is a concern. Maybe the deck could use another finisher or two. The other thing is there a way to make this deck so instead of being like 70% favored against random creature decks and 30% favored or underdogged against control decks, is there a way we can kind of even that out a little bit and maybe get it so we have more of a shot against everything? And I think the answer might be that maybe we just have too many sweepers. Having 12 sweepers is insane in the good matchups, but that is also 12 almost dead cards in the bad matchups. So Star of Extinction, a little bit different since it does kill planeswalkers, but still, it might be that this deck just needs to find a way to be more relevant in more matchups, because it's kind of frustrating. You sit down to play a game, and when you see what your opponent's on after like a turn or two, you immediately know like, oh my god, there's almost no chance I can win, or oh my god, there's almost no chance I can lose, and there doesn't feel like there's a lot of in between. So I think things that would make this deck maybe a little bit better would be to go down a few sweepers. Maybe you have the Star of Extinctions, they're important to our combo. Deafening Clarion also seems important to the combo. Maybe we can trim back a little on Deafening Clarion, a little on Cleansing Nova, and play like 8-ish sweepers instead of 12, and then maybe we could use those slots for cards that are good in other matchups. And things that I would be looking at, this is a deck that seems like it would be great for Karn, Scion, and Verza. We have the treasure maps, we could add in Azur's Gateway potentially, and Karn would give us a backup way of winning the game that's not going to take forever. It gives us another threat for those matchups where we're a little worried about running out of threats. It gives us something else in the graveyard to get back with our Eldest Reborns. So I think that might be the direction to go, is trim back a little on the sweepers. Karn is a card that can make blockers against aggro, and we're already so good against aggro. It can make threats against control to pressure planeswalkers. So I think that that is the direction I would go in this deck, is keep it basically the same, but add in some Karns, maybe add in a couple Azur's Gateways, and then otherwise, the deck feels pretty solid. Like the combos with Firesong and Sunspeaker are great. We do get a lot of free wins against aggro, so I feel like the deck has plenty of potential to be good. It just needs a little bit of tuning around the edge. Another card worth mentioning, not having Mortify is a little bit rough. There's some powerful enchantments. That's a card that is good against creature decks, also good against control decks, so maybe a bit more targeted removal. Another option is in the sideboard at least. It might be that we need a little bit more early game removal. I think that one of the concerns is with Mono Blue being so popular right now, the biggest problem with this deck is while our sweepers are good, our removal in the main deck doesn't really come on until turn 3, and then turn 4 you have Integrity Intervention, turn 5 Cleansing Nova, so it comes on late, which means if our opponent has one of those traditional Mono Blue starts where they go 1-drop Curious Obsession, our deck is very much kind of drawing dead to that. We're just crossing our fingers that somehow our opponent doesn't have anything when we try to Deafening Clarion or Cleansing Nova, and by that point our opponent's drawn extra cards, kind of pulled away. So I feel like somewhere we need a Shock or Shivan Fire or some sort of 1 mana, I killed your Siren Storm Tamer, I didn't just lose to Curious Obsession. So I don't know if we can find room for that in the main deck. It would be another card that would make our deck worse against control, which is what we're trying to avoid, is make our deck better against control because we're already so good against aggro. So I feel like that is my take on the deck. In its current form, you crush creature decks, you get crushed by control decks, including mono blue. With some slight changes, hopefully we would still be able to crush creature decks because 8 Raz is still a lot against a creature deck, but maybe with those changes, adding the Karns, a couple Azur's Gateways, maybe we would be better against control to have a shot in those matchups, and then with a little bit of sideboard improvements, where maybe we have some Shivan Fires to deal with the mono blue creatures, for example, that would further help shore up our bad matchup. So all this to say, the deck is fun. It is competitive, especially in certain matchups, and I think with some small tweaks, the deck might be pretty good. I think adding the extra threat, shoring up the control matchup, having something at least in the sideboard to kill 1-drops against mono blue, and suddenly a lot of the problems with the deck are completely gone. One other thing is, if you're not going on the Karn plan, this seems like a deck that can very much use the Immortal Sun to shut down Planeswalkers. If you're not going to bring in Karns, and I think my plan A is still to have Karns in the main deck, but if you're not going to do that, I think Sorcerer's Spyglass, maybe just dump that, and in place of it, play the Immortal Sun, find a way maybe to sneak one into the main deck. That would be an easy, if you're not bringing in Karn, get rid of a Cleansing Nova, play one copy of the Immortal Sun. Shutting out Planeswalkers, good against Golgari, good against control decks. It would also help in those bad matchups, and it's not bad in other matchups as well. So, all in all, Mardu, Firesong and Sunspeaker, our record was pretty medium, but the deck was really sweet. We did some really cool things, and I think it's really close to being good. So maybe this is one of those decks where we can tweak it a little bit, give it another shot on stream or something, because it feels close and it's a really sweet idea, and Firesong and Sunspeaker is just such a sweet card. So anyway, that's been our Goldfish Gladiators for this week. Mardu, Firesong, and Sunspeaker for standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.